what's the point of practicing? Hopefully, it's that we can have an easy, stress-free, effortless, emotionally stirring performance at the end. And I'll share with you my thoughts on that today. My name is Zach Millwood. I'm a multi-instrumentalist living in Knoxville, Tennessee. I have been playing and teaching the bassoon for over 20 years, and I now teach as a lecturer of bassoon at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. My thoughts today will concern motivational practicing. In other words, how to be motivated to practice more and better, how to make reasonable goals, and how to be consistent. We want to break the shame, regret, approach avoidance cycle that all of us, or many of us, including myself, struggle with by learning small steps and how to do easy things first. First of all, a couple of definitions for you. What is an instrument? Music comes from the spirit, the mind, whatever you want to call it, the ether, the heart, the soul. It's realized into sound waves through the instrument, which is not just the tool, the flute, the viola, the clarinet, etc. The instrument is the tool plus our body working together in harmony. And so we practice with the whole instrument. Don't just try to play the bassoon, try to play your whole body. What is the P word practice? It can be meditative and calming. It can be like coming home to a good routine, success through exertion like pounding a sledgehammer out at the blacksmithing shed, or it can be experimentation and free in every realm. If you struggle like I do with practice, let's change our perspective a little bit. The goal of practice, after all, is not just to force perfection or to hide your mistakes. The actual goal is to allow the mistakes to show up so we can retrain our bodies and to train our muscle memory to repeat those actions without any thought whatsoever. When we have mistakes, we want to recreate them so we can know how to redo them later. I call those speed bumps. So we slow down a little bit when we hit them. We'll get there eventually and take our time. Muscle memory is creating a set of automatic actions such as like swerving on a bicycle when you hit a bump or imagining a set of chess moves well in advance. They're based on motion and transition. In other words, we have a scale. We will work on not just playing the notes, which creates a lock and a tightness, but playing the spaces in between, which creates smoothness and easy transition. The guitarist Tommy Emmanuel, who if you're not familiar with, I encourage you to go listen to him right now. He's incredible. He says good practice should not be easy to listen to, and I tend to agree. Great practice is not for the listeners yet. It's not quite there yet. So sit around, make it ugly, make it nasty for a while, and then start to refine the how. The how to me is the way you want the performance to sound later. How smooth, how controlled, how effortless, how flowing. That we can work on that now. We'll work on speed later once we get the how taken care of. Think tortoise versus the hare. And as far as reasonable goals, remember that Rome wasn't built in a day. So we can't practice the whole piece in one day. We practice only the small chunks. You can only eat an elephant one bite at a time. So aim high, the big elephant, accept less right now, the small bits. And then change your strategies often if you get stuck. Be a moving target for your muscle memory so we don't get locked into place. For consistency, consider building habits. And habits are interesting. There's a lot of research on them at the moment. Good habits are self-reinforcing because we manage with habits, we manage friction. So add friction to things you don't want to do, make them harder to do, and take away friction from things you want to do, such as practicing. For example, you can leave your instrument on its stand to make it easier to pick it up, etc. Then we stack behaviors, so we automatically do things after others. We learn how to confront imperfection easily and relaxedly, and we learn to bribe ourselves and reward ourselves when we do things we want to do. So the takeaways I'd like you to take from today are, first of all, being kind to yourself, rewarding yourself, relaxing, and repeating things that you want to do. Practice the how first, and you'll get to the what later. Practice the way you want things to sound right now. Aim high and accept a little bit less, and then reward yourself when you're done. Thank you very much, and I wish you the best of luck in your musical endeavors.